What's good, YouTube? I appreciate you for tuning in to this video. If you are here, I appreciate you being here. Just give me a listen, hear me out through this video. I won't try to hold you too long, but I'm also not on any time limit. It's been a minute. It's been a few months since I posted last. So a lot been going on. Kind of got a mess going on back there, but we've been moving, things like that. Got a new place. But that's not what this video is about. So this video today is going to be referencing God a lot, and how my personal opinions of this world come about through God. So by all means, if you are offended by this video, forgive me, I am not sorry. I'm not sorry. So I love you all though. I love you all. Not sorry. So I have a few notes here and I'm gonna try to stay on point, not get off topic. So I want to start off by saying I hope that this video actually makes it to YouTube and that it doesn't get took down, right? I hope that it gets, spread and a few people can watch it. So I'm going to start off by saying that we're living in trial, if that makes any sense to you. You might ask, what do I mean by that? Every decision, every choice that we make, we've been given free will to do so. So with that being said, every decision that you make, you will pay for, or you will be given gratitude for the decision that you made during judgment, which will be life after this is gone, right? After this deteriorates. And the biggest thing with that is there comes consequences with every decision that you make. And the biggest thing would be going against God, right? Me making this video today, I just, I don't really care about any consequences that come. I'm gonna stand by God, Jesus Christ. That's where I'm going, right? And that's who I'm sticking by. And that's with one of the biggest things going on in the world. That is the reason I will not participate in any of that. And if you look at the people, if you just listen to the people that are pushing this upon us, what are their beliefs? What's their belief system? Who do they believe in? A lot of them believe in self. A lot of them want to live for 300-400 years and don't want to exit this place because there is no exit for them, right? This is it for them. Or whatever comes after, they're not going to be happy with, right? They're going to be unhappy in their decisions. So it is easy in this world to get through off track, I will say. But, if you keep God first in everything that you do, no matter what religion you are, you won't be misled. So there are a lot of people being misled. A lot of my personal people that I love have been misled and are continuing to be misled. Again, I love you all. Even the ones that don't love me, I love you. So in this video, what the after trial, we're going to talk about being neutral, right? Being neutral in anything that you don't believe in, anything that is not by the way of God. You may as well go along with the evil. If you know what's right and you know how to maneuver in this life and go with God, that's where you should go. Any man, any governmental mandate, state mandate, any mandate you can think of does not and will not ever rule over the mandate that we owe God, the mandates that are in the Bible for us to follow, right? There's no way around that. So that's where my heart sticks with, my soul, my spirit. I'm walking with God. So whatever that means is exactly what that means. Now I'm gonna tell you, and what I'm meaning when I say governmental, I'm talking about the leaders, the people that sit in these group meetings that we can't sit in, that we sit back and watch TV to find out the answer from. If these people are not worshipers of God, then what are they worshipers of? You see what I'm saying? So that should tell you what you need to know about who you follow. And I won't follow that. Whatever consequences come with that will have to come with that. So just keep that in mind, you know, as you struggle with a decision or as you wonder about a decision. Pull out a Bible, read the Bible, listen to someone read the Bible to you, listen to some quotes, some verses. The second thing, or the third thing, ignoring the elephant in the room, right? When you know you have a lying spirit, okay? So if you're ducking and dodging the topic of anything, now the biggest topic right now, a lot of people are avoiding in our churches, in our family conversations, family topics. I'm blessed to have two wonderful parents that I'm able to talk to about these things freely, and they reciprocate me in that sense, and we're able to come up with conclusions of our own, but our one direction is God. So we always meet back up there, no matter where we go with the conversation. So any preacher, right? Any preacher, anyone of power that would ignore what I'm sitting here telling you. What does that say? That would revert back to being neutral on a stance, whether that be same-sex marriage, same-sex beliefs. You ignore that elephant in the room because you're neutral and you feel like you should love everyone. But you should love everyone, but you don't have to agree with everyone's actions. And there's a lot of people in this world, and we're being told to do this. We're being told to agree with evil every day. We're being shown evil every day, and we're being told to comply with evil. So what does that tell you that this world is heading or is? Now, I won't quote it exactly because I don't know it exactly, so I don't want to mislead you. But God rules the heavens, and the devil rules the earth. That's about as simple as I can put it for you without actually quoting it. So that's out of the Bible. So, and the further we get away with, government wasn't made, right, to judge the people, push the people how they wanted to push the people. The government was originally made to keep God in us, through us, and follow God. And these people are showing actions that there is no God in their presence. So if there's no God in their presence, again, who are they following? Right? So that would be evil. You would be following evil. Now, everything that goes on in this world, you have to adjust to. You have to make adjustments. But the one thing that you should never waver from, no matter what, is your faith in God. God give us the tools to fight off things. God give us the tools to, think for ourselves. And if you're constantly letting someone think for you, but sit and say, I have faith in God, there's no in between, right? There is none. You can't sit here and say, well, I'm going to go sit Sunday and praise Lord and give all glory to God, and then go and watch the news and say, this man created thing, and the next thing that they want to put in you that is also man created, and then go get that. You see what I'm saying? It can't go both ways. You're either with God and trusting God fully, or you don't. So you can play both ways. But I always heard, playing both sides of the fence, you'll never win. So pick a stance and stick with that stance. Right? No matter what that means to you, by all means, do what you want to do. But I'm here to tell you, there is no greater rule. There is no greater trial. There is no greater creator There is no greater being than God. None of us here rule this earth. We're being told where we can and where we can't go based off of a decision that is man-made, that a man is telling us to do, who had no input on creating this world, had no input on us even being in this presence, alive right now, even existing. So they're putting control on God's earth, telling his people where we can and can't go, where we can operate, how we can work. And that's just wrong. If you really sit and think about it, that's very unjust, and it goes against God in every form and fashion. If you look deeper, and a conspiracy theorist is not a good word. If anyone calls you that, call yourself a truth seeker. That sounds a lot better, right? Because you're not a conspiracy theorist. You just want to know the truth, and there's nothing wrong in that. But the ultimate truth is through God. So, and that's where I find myself at, amongst the many of thoughts, amongst the many of videos y'all have watched. That's where I find myself back to every conversation I have with anyone. That's where I go to. So I would tell you there's no exceptions to wrong and right. None. If you're sitting in a room full of people and you know something's wrong and you ignore it, you're wrong. Right? If you are sitting at a church pew, standing at a church pew, and you know something or you feel something inside of you and you choose to ignore it to keep the crowd because you don't want to offend anyone, you're just as much of the problem as the people who's making this go on. If you support same-sex and believe in that, you're a part of the problem. So now, I love you all. Don't get me confused. I love you all. I do. I don't love all of your actions, but I love you all. Right? Your choices, I don't love them so much. But just know that there is consequence for every decision. No matter if the law says, hey, you can do this, right? You can do this. It's okay. Here. I just told you it's in the Bible. That the devil rules this place. And the more we go against God, the more God steps back and lets things play out. So we'll turn back to him. You see what I'm saying? Now, everyone thinks that God is so forgiving, and I know that he is, right? But there comes a point in time where he's also very just, as they say. So that should intimidate you on your decisions. It does mine. Have I been perfect in my life? Absolutely not. But one thing I have stuck through and found is God in any scenario, right? So whenever you think that you're making the right decision for the world, you're living worldly, and that's the route I choose not to follow. The people that consume the government and believe the government, that is your voice in your head. They dictate how you do and how you walk and how you talk and what you speak about and what you don't speak about and what is just and what is not just. And just remember, they're just like me and you. They're just human. No different. They're in positions of power. And I don't know too many people in position of power that is trying to do good. Not to say that there isn't any, but just check out people's beliefs. Whenever you look at a government and then you say, what are their beliefs? Do you ever hear anyone talk about God? Out of all the presidential debates, I'm talking about once they are president, because a lot of them do use that to get votes. I'm talking about why they're in. There's a rule book to this, and we're being led astray from the rule book. And if we continue to follow this path, we will be judged accordingly. And if that don't light a fire under you, I don't know what will. Now, that can be decisions made in any area. through life, not just a mandate, not just a shot. So we as people, you know, we have a good purpose, a big purpose. And if we go away from that purpose, then this world is going to continue doing what it's doing. It will take people sacrificing for what they believe in, I believe, one day. You know, are you willing? That's the question you should ask. Are you willing? And I'll say this before I go. I was sitting at a place, and I heard someone say that God and Christians, there's people that get beheaded for saying they believe in Jesus Christ. Now, these same people that'll say that they would say that in that set moment. Just hear me out. Think about this. The people that say that they'll do that in that said moment are the same people that will go line up and get something man-made. Even knowing that you're still susceptible. And then go further and get boosted. So you'll continue on that path because you're scared. Whether you admit it or not, you're scared. Your faith is being tested, and you're failing. So, again, if I offend anyone, forgive me, I'm not sorry. I love you all. The more you think about it, if they'll do that, something way more, I couldn't think of nothing worse than someone picking out two of my loved ones that I love dearly and saying, do you believe in the blood of Jesus Christ and accept him as your Savior? And you say yes, and the two loved ones get beheaded in front of you. I can't think of nothing scarier. Especially when you think about a virus. You see what I'm saying? 99.7% living rate's what I've heard. And that's not for everyone, but so you just ask yourself, if you're that convicted that you would do that, why would you do this? If you believe that God rules all, why would you do this? If you believe he's got every hair on your head counted, why would you do this? Why would you go against him? Why? It's just a question. You know what I mean? I try to come up with answers. I don't have any. I think people are misled and lost. I think they want to be one thing, but the human side of them kicks and overwhelms their beliefs. And that's the only thing that I could explain it. You know, it's that simple. It really is that simple. Whenever you think about someone who sits every Wednesday and every Sunday and praises the Lord, and the biggest thing in the Bible is fear. Nothing to fear but fear itself, right? So what do you fear? What makes you go do this? What I could understand someone that would like to be experimented on and wanted to prolong life or keep others from getting sick. God rules all of that. That's the answer. It's just that simple. He rules every bit of it. Anything that we do, he rules. He has the final say in everything, whether that be me getting anything and dying. God has to stamp on that first. And then I've heard of people, close people, getting what we're talking about. And it doesn't feel natural. And you say, well, how could it feel natural when it's created by man, released by man? And then you think deeper. So many people die from COVID, right? If it was created and if it was released, from a lab. These people aren't dying. These people are being murdered. Just think about that. Now, why no one says this of power should tell you everything you need to know. Your leaders, your people that you follow, that don't speak this, that know this, they're just a part bad. They're just as much a part of the problem as the people that's releasing, or mandating, or trying to play God. And I'm gonna head out on this one. I'm gonna leave you with something to think about. There's two things going on, and one of them has to be true. Either someone up here, governmental powers, are playing God, or they're attacking God. With that being said, I'm out. Catch y'all on the next one.